All right, so when I first heard this question, I thought it was talking about how to get a girl like obsessed over you. um, if you know anything and you have some experience with women, you know you don't want to get a girl obsessed with you. I want a girl to like me, want to sleep with me, want to spend time with me, but I'm not about getting a girl obsessed with me. That's where problems start happening. That's where it becomes a disaster. So let's talk about how to get a girl to start thinking about you a lot. Or like I say nonstop in the title, that basically means like with a lot of girls that you're talking to, they're gonna think you're attractive or nice or something like that. It's how to get it to that next stage where she's like really, really into you. She's thinking about you in her normal everyday life. She's wondering what you're doing. She's wondering if you're gonna call her. Like all these, like that's where the real attraction starts happening. Okay, so how do you get to that next stage? Okay, well, it's a mostly you have to embody the attractive qualities I talk about in this channel. You got to be attractive, you got to be confident, you got to have charisma, and you got to have leadership qualities. Okay, embody those three things. In addition to that, the secret ingredient I would say is to have a little bit of mystery and intrigue to you. The reason for this, and I wish this was a recipe for how to get all girls super, super into you, but that's just not the reality, okay? Most women, in their lifetime, they're gonna start thinking about Nonstop over guys for literally the dumbest reasons. Like maybe maybe they had a dad that didn't really pay them much attention, and you look like and you remind them of their dad. Or maybe they have a crush on a celebrity, you remind them of that celebrity. Or maybe you were just literally at the right place at the right time when she was vulnerable, when she was really, really looking for someone, and you said that right thing. Like, you have no idea what her history is and what her preferences are, so I can't give you a recipe for this to work for all women. It's just not possible, and you don't want it to, okay? Trust me. So, this is basically you going out there, you demonstrating those qualities, and then adding a little bit of mystery and intrigue to yourself. So I have tons of videos where I talk about how to have those three qualities, but you have to embody them and go out a lot and display those qualities to a lot of different women. Now, once you have a woman or a girl that's interested in you, okay, don't be too revealing to her. Don't reveal everything about yourself. Don't, be too... A lot of guys they get predictable, and that can be a problem with texting. That can be a problem with your behavior towards her. If you're always trying to meet her up, if you're always out there, if you're always like, if she feels like she's figured you out, that kind of kills the level of mystique and intrigue there. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make things work with a girl who thinks she's figured you out. You absolutely can. But if you're looking for that next stage where she's always thinking about you, then you need to have that little bit of mystery where she can like project all of her thoughts onto you. So the way to do it is to be a little bit unpredictable with your messaging. So like, don't always be saying the same things to her. Don't always be asking how her day is. Sure, you can ask her how her day is. That's a cute thing to do, but vary it up a little bit. Maybe one day send her something funny. Maybe one day don't text her. Maybe one day then you ask her how she's doing and say something cool that happened with your day. I usually, when I'm talking to a girl, I'll like to give them like little bits and pieces when we first start talking. I don't reveal too much. And there's something to be said about, showing your vulnerable side and all of that sorts of stuff, but you don't want to be in a normal relationship. If you give everything out right from the get-go, that's kind of weird. There's something wrong. You should be a little bit reserved and hold a few things back because you don't know if you can trust that person yet, and she doesn't know if she can trust you. So it's normal for you to be kind of holding back, and I give her like little tidbits and, snippets of my life. So I mention my travels to Southeast Asia. I mention the fact that I played high-level soccer when I was younger and I'm doing martial arts now. I mention that I'm an influencer in my channel, but I don't delve into it too much. I leave stuff up to the imagination. That's really where you keep that intrigue and tension going, okay? So once you have that, once she feels like, oh, this guy is like interesting, like he's got some stuff going on, but I don't know exactly what, then if you demonstrate those attractive qualities, in addition to that, then she's going to be thinking about you a lot. There's a certain level, and I really hate to point this out, but there's a certain level of validation seeking to this puzzle. Like, the girl is going to want your validation. If she sees you as a high-level guy, she's going to like be seeking for your approval and your validation. And that's a big reason why women are thinking about a guy nonstop. Because remember, we're selfish creatures, so that's just going to be what's happening. So if that's the main ingredient that you have to this, that's a really slippery slope. So don't play around with it too much. If a girl's only there for validation for you, that you can sleep with her or probably, you know, mess around with her for a couple, maybe 3 months, I'd say. But then you'll start to get into a lot of trouble. That's where your stuff starts getting broken. That's where or she starts stalking you. That's where you have really messy breakups and you start getting in trouble, okay? I don't want this to happen to you. From a purely selfish standpoint, that is an unhealthy position for you to be in. And really, even if you're just, like, even if you don't want a healthy relationship, you just kind of want to hook up with girls, I still think it's better to cultivate it from a place where you actually like each other. If your number one game to get this girl, that's how you know you're in this position, is if your number one game is like, or technique is ignoring her and making her feel bad to try and hang out with you, make her feel insecure, you're in the wrong area. A lot of guys, they worry about, if you want to create mystery and intrigue, they worry about it being forced. Like, it seems too forced. Why can't this happen naturally? Well, if you're in a position of scarcity, meaning you don't have a whole lot of options with women right now, your skill level with them is not good, and you don't have, you know, women in your life, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit forced. But if you are a high-level guy where you do have options, you're going out regularly, and you have women in your life, other people that you don't need to count on this one girl, then you're going to find that this is going to naturally start to happen to you more and more. So keep going out there, you guys. Make sure you are going out, okay? I get too many complaints for guys about one single girl. You won't have that problem if you have options and you're going out regularly. Once you meet a girl that you really like and she's really, really into you, remember, keep displaying those attractive qualities. Keep a little bit of mystery and intrigue. But also, you got to show interest. She has to know that you like her. If you show too much mystery, she's just gonna like go off to the next guy. Okay, it's the 21st century. Women have a lot of options, and if you don't show that you're interested, that you don't show that you're in this, then she's going to find somebody who will. So anyway, that's all I have to say about this, you guys. If you made it to the end, consider subscribing and come out with videos like this every single week. If you have questions, comments, maybe you think I left something out, or maybe you have any way that I can improve this channel, let me know in the comment section below, or hit me up on email. If you're interested in my mentorship program, email me at TheSingleGuy2017@gmail.com. Thanks a lot. Good luck.